The big, beautiful budget bill is in the United States Senate, and today could be the day that Republicans try to pass it. And while there's major trouble looming ahead for them, today a key Republican senator, Ron Johnson, just came out and said that he will be voting no on the motion to proceed on the Senate reconciliation bill, which senators received late last night. Ron Johnson said he received it around 1 a.m. This bill will add $5 trillion to the debt ceiling, will potentially lead to over 11 million people losing health insurance in the next 10 years. We'll cut Medicaid, we'll cut SNAP, we'll do a lot of harm to a lot of people nationwide, and Republicans want to ram it through today. Now let's talk about why. They have a looming deadline before July 4th. They want to get out of town ahead of 4th of July. They want to go back to their districts, go back to their families. And right now, because this is going to be a new bill, the Senate has to pass it, and then it's going to go back to the House of Representatives, where the House has to pass it again. And they want all that done by July 4th, or at least the Senate wants its part done by July 4th. And that's why we could get a bill or a vote on the bill as soon as today. It includes more tax cuts for the wealthy, it includes funding for immigration and defense priorities, but does propose deep cuts to Medicaid and food stamps. Folks, this is going to be a very long day. I may actually go on Capitol Hill and meet with senators if we have a vote-a-rama concerning the reconciliation package. So stay tuned. If you want to support my work, click the button below and become a paid subscriber today, or send a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. In other news, I do want to talk about America's immigration system, because right now we are seeing more and more issues with the way we are treating undocumented immigrants in America. The latest, a Honduran family, a mother and two children aged 6 and 9, filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump administration after ICE agents arrested them at a Los Angeles immigration court. This is the first ever legal challenge to the arrest of children under a new directive targeting courthouses. Now, among them, a 6-year-old boy who has leukemia. He has missed a vital medical appointment while in detention. During the arrest, one ICE officer lifted his shirt to reveal a gun, terrifying the child so severely that the child urinated his pants and was left without a change of clothes for hours. The lawsuit has been filed by the Immigrant Rights Clinic and the Texas Civil Rights Project, arguing that the arrest violated the Fourth and Fifth Amendments of the United States Constitution, which even undocumented migrants receive protection under, by denying due process and constituting unlawful seizure. The family had entered the United States legally to seek asylum and were living in Los Angeles, deeply integrated in their communities. In addition, federal agents in full tactical gear detonated an explosive device to enter a home in Huntington Park, California, shocking the family inside. Security footage, which I have below in my Substack, showed the blast shattering a window before agents stormed in. Jenny Ramirez, who lives there with her two young children, said no warning was given and everyone in the home is a U.S. citizen. "You scared my son, my baby," she told NBC News. Overnight, Senate Democrats narrowly failed to pass a war powers resolution aimed at limiting Donald Trump's ability to unilaterally escalate conflict with Iran. The measure failed by a vote of 53 to 47. Rand Paul voted with Democrats. John Fetterman voted with Republicans. The Department of Homeland Security has announced that it will be ending temporary protected status for Haiti, potentially putting over 500,000 people at risk of deportation back to Haiti. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is moving quickly to build a migrant detention center at an airstrip in the Everglades, despite strong opposition from Native American leaders who consider the land sacred. Construction is already underway at the Big Cypress National Preserve with plans for tents, trailers, and temporary facilities. It's called Alligator Alcatraz. Now, indigenous groups have condemned the project as a violation of ancestral lands that they've inhabited for thousands and thousands of years. Eric Trump is now saying that he or another Trump family member could run for president after Donald Trump's second term is up. He spoke to the Financial Times. He said the political path would, quote, be an easy one. Today, a private funeral will be held for Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman, her husband Mark, and their dog Gilbert, who were killed in a shocking attack, politically motivated assassination earlier this month. The couple laid in state at the Minnesota Capitol on Friday, where President Joe Biden and others paid respects and paid their tributes. Taiwan's vice president says she won't be intimidated after Czech intelligence revealed Chinese officials had planned to stage a car crash targeting her during a 2024 visit to Prague. And overnight, the Department of Justice fired at least 3 prosecutors involved in January 6 prosecutions, including 2 supervisors and a line attorney. Folks, if you want to support my work, please consider subscribing to my Substack by clicking the button below or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas, and I'll see you this evening.